Welcome to the Grappling Grappling Rewind Podcast.
Welcome to this week on the Grappling Rewind Podcast. I'm your host, Maine, here with my co-host,
Josh.
This week on the show, we've got a ton of previews. We are going to not really recap at all. We're going to talk about the EBI 10th Planet Qualifier for EBI 17, as well as the Subverve. They ran two qualifiers at the same time for that event. We are going to talk about the preview for Fight to Win 85. We'll talk about the preview for High Rollerz 3, the UWW World Grappling Championships, and Elite Submission League number 2. Tons of previews this week, Josh.
Yeah, because we ain't had shit like the past 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's been like really quiet. Like, Matt, why would you if World Masters happened? Let's take some time off here.
Apparently.
And everyone did. Aggressively took time off. And
we took time off. It's Monday right now. Maine is going to have to edit very quickly to get the show out to you tomorrow.
Yeah, literally it's 8:30 right now on Monday. This show goes up at midnight. So it's gonna be an ask to get this done in this time.
Good luck, motherfucker.
Yeah. So how's your week been, Josh?
Great. I got blisters on my thumb. You see that?
What? Ew.
From chopping wood, bro. I went camping. Had to chop wood. Got a blister.
Yo, camping's just pretending to be homeless.
No.
It's basically like pretend homelessness. Dude. Like temporary homelessness. I don't like camping, man. I don't like not having electricity and getting eaten by bears and shit. It's not my deal.
Yeah, because the abundance of bears in the Maryland area.
Dude, we saw a bear at Deep Creek from the cabin.
Oh, yeah. Where most of the bears are in western Maryland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
not around
you
here.
Went camping this week?
This isn't New Jersey where they're running wild.
Are they running wild in New Jersey?
They're having bear problems, and
Are you fucking kidding me?
If
really?
I'm not mistaken, they've also outlawed bear hunting, which is only going to make the bear problems
There's your fucking
worse.
problem. And it's like, we have these giant. Let's go on Joe Rogan here. Got these giant monsters. You got to kill them.
They're fucking black bears. You might run into one that.
Dude, that was the mascot from University of Maine. He's a black bear. Fucking terrifyingly large animals. Big ass claws. Big ass teeth.
Not as big as a polar bear.
No,
a
Josh.
grizzly bear.
Yeah, but I haven't seen those live. So
You've never been to a zoo?
Oh yeah, I have seen those live. Actually, you're right. I've been to a zoo. So I just got back from the beach. Went for a couple of days. It's Labor Day. It was pretty fucking great. I like going to the beach. I'm rather I got some tan on me. It's nice.
No, you didn't.
I'm gonna have a little tan on me.
No, you're not.
It's gonna be nice.
No, you're not.
All right, Josh. So enough about our week. On to
coverage of previews.
On to the news first. Before we do that, there's actually some news items this week. So let's kick it off. Let's just start right off. Gordon Ryan signed up for the Nogi Pans in New York, and motherfuckers are switching into his division aggressively to try to fight him. It's the first. Actually, Flo put up a cool, interesting thing on it. Basically, it's the first time he's been done an IBJJF event since Brown in 3 years.
This will be interesting.
No heel hooks.
He still has toe holds. He aggressively takes the back.
Oh yeah, he's got great finishes
good triangles.
But he and Kanan Duarte are in the same division.
Interesting.
Newsflash: Gianni Grippo's also in the same division.
Say what?
Fucking Grippo went up to, I think, is it super heavy?
Or ultra?
Whatever. Kanan is at super, so they're ultra. Yeah. Because Gordon's an ultra. So Gianni was like, fuck it. I'm going to ultra. By the way, Gianni is usually like a lightweight or a featherweight.
He is a featherweight.
Yeah.
He will sometimes do lightweight, occasionally even middleweight.
Really? I don't think I've seen him middleweight. I don't recall him seeing him middleweight. It wouldn't surprise me at all.
He goes up when he just doesn't feel like cutting to featherweight.
Jesus, yeah, because we've seen him against Shane at feather, and we saw him recently at lightweight for some reason. So he's in that division now. There's been speculation that he'll basically just move over, but he wants to get the notoriety. I'll fight him. So that was a funny little thing that happened this week as well.
You'd be dumb not to jump into the same division as him to shut down the hype train that is behind him. Everybody wants to be that person to be like, look,
that's great.
You can only win in this rule set.
Yeah, but he's shown that he can win in other rule sets. People kind of forget that he's been in a lot of super fights and different rule sets and different organizations, and he's won in a lot of different shit.
I'm not denying that, but he's also lost in a lot of things. Such
he
as,
has.
on the
he lost at DCC, didn't he?
He lost at ADCC. He's
lost
to Vinny at ACB.
Yeah, that was recently.
Right.
Even before that,
He lost to
not Yuri. Who's the guy I'm thinking of?
You're thinking of the same guy that he lost to at ADCC.
Felipe Pena.
Yes.
Okay.
What the
They
hell?
had some other super fight.
The Studio 540
Yeah.
super fight that was sub only and allowed anything.
But he beat him in that. He choked him.
No, he didn't. He lost. He lost the same way in ADCC as he did in the Studio 540 thing, which was rear naked choke. Boom. Knowledge dust sprinkled all over you.
All right, I remember that be going differently, but I'm
never
not.
beat him.
But yeah, I'm not one to argue with you when it comes to these things. Because you're like, this is what happened. I'm like, night, Josh, a match from 8 years ago that you remember. So yeah, it's been fun. Other cool thing, Shane Jamil Hill Taylor is coming to Gamma on October 13th.
Didn't we say this last week?
Yeah, but I fucked up the date last week.
I thought you said October 13th.
I think I said the 15th. So
Whatever.
I'm amped about that.
I'm going.
I signed up for that.
So did I.
I was like, learn from an actual world champion. He's my size. I'm excited about that.
He is taller than me, but much lighter.
And much more black belt than you.
Oh yeah, way better than me. I can't wait to get my butt kicked.
It's going to be great. So in other news, IBJJF DC Open is next week, September 9th. Both, the dates moved. All of a sudden, both of them are on Sunday. They moved gi and no-gi to Sunday.
Maybe the sign-up was low.
I'm not sure, but it was weird to me at least that they moved both dates to Sunday versus Saturday. It seems like Saturday would be a much better day where probably you had more registration on Saturday. Why would you
More
move
people are off.
on Sunday?
Think about it.
I would figure, maybe. I figured more people would be amped to do a Saturday event than a Sunday event because most people work on Monday. It just seemed like a really weird schedule change to make. But
People
whatever.
are going to compete.
Yeah. So that's pretty much all we have for news and for other stuff. Let's go to the previews. You got anything else, Josh?
No.
All right. So let's kick it off with the most controversial BJJ event as of late, the High Rollerz, as they're calling it, round 2. There's a men's expert division and a women's expert division, both 16-man bracket for the men, and lots of names. By the way, finding these things has been hilarious because you're trying to scroll through the brackets while it's like bracket picture, bracket picture, bracket picture, giant blunt.
Giant joint.
It's a giant joint, apparently.
Let's get it right.
Giant joint picture. Oh, 2 high guys fighting. The High Rollerz.
There's a lot of weed.
The High Rollerz Instagram page is
Mostly weed.
one for the ages.
Mostly weed. Ooh, I didn't even notice this underneath the time. It legitimately says 21 plus with ID.
September 9th. This is 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. Looks like, again, people had fun at this last event.
These people are going to be stoned as shit.
Apparently, yeah.
4 to 10.
Apparently, the air was you got a contact high from being around the building.
Dude, it starts at 7 p.m. Eastern time.
Is that late? Is that early?
It's a 6-hour event.
So everything's going to be so high by the end of this. Absurdly high. After watching the first one of these events, I'm amped for it. So, 16-man event. You want to go through the names, Josh?
Certainly. You have to smoke weed, by the way, before each round.
Do you? Is that new this time?
No, that's what happened last time. You had to smoke weed before.
Do you know if you win another pound of weed if you win?
I would hope so.
Jesus.
Or maybe you had to smoke weed just before you did. I can't remember. There's weed smoking. There's weed smoking.
It pains me to cover this. It literally does.
Okay, on the left side of the bracket, you can find this stuff on High Rollerz Instagram page, by the way. Denver Nerva. Yes, Denver Nerva. I said that right. Kevin Crane. Juan Lopez versus Camilo Meja?
I think it's Meja, yeah.
Okay. Oh, my God. Hubero Andino. Nico Lozada. Mike Ball.
Ball.
Why did you just say ball again?
Man, I got a vacation. I'm doing happy. It's been a good week for me.
Stephen Eakin. That's the left side of the bracket. On the right side of the bracket, Moses Baca versus Kevin Burbrick.
We know Kevin Burbrick. We've seen him on
Holy crap.
EBI? Where the fuck have we seen
You're
it?
saying this stuff like we've not covered hundreds of people.
Dude,
and
we've
their
at this point
names just
so
pop up.
I started counting how many events we've covered. I think we've covered well over 100 events at this point. Hundreds of events. So yeah, in fact, we've seen a name. I need to stop doing that. We're not really in the.
We've seen a name. No,
we're not really in the
shit.
infancy of the show anymore. We've covered enough.
We're
events.
almost at one whole year.
Jesus Christ! I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Anyway,
I was hoping we'd be better at this point.
Juninho Crivellari versus Andy Varela. Samson Fomabalt. Ooh, I think I nailed that one. Versus Christopher Cullen. And then Jose Diaz versus Juan Quesada. So that's
I thought that said Juan Quesadilla. I'm so sorry, Mr.
Jesus
Juan.
Christ.
I also thought the one man above him was
Joey Diaz?
Joey Diaz, because I saw Jose Diaz.
Fucking Joey Karate.
Dude, I'd watch him fight. Okay, on to the women's expert division here. It's a eight women bracket for this. Some names I recognize in this.
Hey, names.
Leslie Smith.
Anyway, Leslie Smith versus Michelle
former
Lopez.
UFC fighter or current UFC fighter? I can't
remember.
recall.
I'm the worst.
Dope grappler, though.
Dope grappler. You see what Maine did there and didn't even realize it? Look at him. Jokes. Jokes over here. Alex Coleman versus Mariah Acuna. We personally know Alex.
Yeah, talked to her. We talked to her a bunch.
Trained with her before. So
we've covered her before for the show.
Covered her
You saw her on Fight to Win most recently. She was on Fight to Win. Yeah, so it'll be fun to see.
Yeah. Jillian Robertson. This is the right side of the bracket, by the way, versus Gina McGee. Maggie?
Nothing then. Nope.
You wanna say?
Not gonna touch it.
Chelsea Agayo. I think I killed that one. Yes. Versus Chelsea Chandler. Why you got to put the two Chelseas versus each other?
Battle of the Chelseas.
Battle of the Chelseas, the Queen of Chelsea.
So that's on. Apparently, it's hosted by Hanato Laranja.
No, he's emceeing it. So
isn't that the same thing?
The event, he's not hosting.
Not okay, sorry. As a MC, yeah, host, a microphone host. Yeah, I can't stand him.
Oh no!
I can't stand that joke.
He's the MC, so he's the guy that comes on and he's like, "Ladies and gentlemen," but he does his stupid fucking accent. I, like you, cannot stand the whole thing that people still, for some reason, enjoy.
It was really funny when I was a white belt, and then I heard the same joke for like 5 years. I'm like, cool, like, Rasan Orange, I got it, man. I'm cool with it. But, dude, but Jiu-Jitsu guys love him, so fuck it. If they like it, go for it.
There it is. The commentators are Eve Edwards and Andrew Montanez.
Eve's good on a mic.
Yes.
I'm excited about that. Hopefully we can actually see this one streamed live, because I think last time we tried to cover it, it took us like 2 weeks or more to actually find all the videos. So hopefully there's better streaming of this one. I assume there was, given how much hype was behind the last one. Hopefully we'll be able to, catch it. It'll be streamed. There will be more gifts that come out of this event.
I hope so.
Dude, given how like the filming was last time, and we got as many gifts as we got out of it, this one's going to be crazy. So this event happens. And
I just want to say that the top of this poster and picture literally says Cannabis Infused Jiu-Jitsu Event.
Yeah, and the poster is full of smoke. Like, it's called High Rollerz, Josh. It's like 50% weed, 50% jiu-jitsu.
It's like 90% weed, 10% jiu-jitsu.
80% Eddie Bravo.
Let's not lie. This picture over to the left is literally a dude holding what I'm going to assume is a pound of
Probably
weed
the prize.
In a bag.
Yeah, so this event happens. If you're into that sort of thing, check it out. So on to our preview of Fight to Win 85 in Reno, Nevada. This event is main evented by Black Belt Master Middleweight Nogi title Cassio Vernek versus Shannon. Oh, that's not even close.
Kalos.
Is that Shannon?
Unless you want to call him Shannon.
There's a lot of ends in it. Threw me off.
Shannon Kalos.
Shannon Kalos. So then we have a 130-pound black belt female gi match.
That would be Kelly Parati versus Karen Kovac.
We have a heavyweight no-gi match.
You're just taking all my thunder.
I'm switching it up,
week.
Josh. I'm excited. Had a good vacation day. I'm good now. You continue as per usual.
Oh, my man. Clint Treadway versus my man Billy Ray Chubbs. As you've heard previously on many of these podcasts, I fucking love that guy's name. 205.
I like watching him grapple too.
So do I. But his name really helps
us remember him and not fuck his name up in the past. Yeah.
Exactly. 205 black belt no-gi match. Josh Turner versus Phil Dunlap. 185-pound black belt gi match. Jack Montgomery versus Dom Hoskins. 185-pound.
Dude, Dom, sorry, not to cut you off, and I'm totally going to do it. Dom is on like every other fucking event.
Okay.
Dear God.
The man likes to grapple.
Yeah, I like watching him grapple, but good for you, man. Get on those events.
We're gonna, get to that as well. Where you fucked me all up. 185-pound black belt gi match. Andrew Bowers versus Julio Veliz. 165-pound black belt no gi match. This is obviously going to be a no-gi match. Kaisar Sulabayev killed it on that one. Thank you, ACB, for putting things up.
That was
with
good.
all of these Eastern Bloc people. Versus Dustin Akbari.
I'm excited. I love watching Dustin. Yeah, dude, Russian dudes or Eastern Bloc dudes, as you called them, versus Dustin Akbari. This should be a fun-ass match.
And that's all. That is not a whole lot of black belts.
Are
there any title matches?
I do not
Let's
know,
look
Josh.
to see if there are some title matches. Title.
I don't think there are.
I see
No title matches. I like there's a big mix on this card of gi and no-gi, though. We've recently had like really heavy gi cards, and I'm happy that we're kind of, as no-gi worlds get closer.
It's no-gi season.
It's no-gi season, baby. It's my favorite time of year.
I was still training.
Oh, speaking of other favorite times of year, I just started at the Hopkins Club again. Choice. Really happy about it this year. So that's been fun. We have a ton of new students. It's like, it's been good, Josh. I got a good feeling about the semester. I feel like I'm going to teach them good this year, and not just
I'm going to teach them good,
not just the garbage from last year. Literally,
you're welcome, guys.
Literally, we had the previous instructor come to the club, to visit this last semester, and he was showing like a half guard pass. And they're like, "Oh yeah, what Maine show you here?" And one of the students recently goes, "Yeah, Maine taught us how to knee bar here." And I'm like, I was like running 5 minutes late. I walked in and he goes, "You taught him how to knee bar here?" I was like, "I taught him how to pass too." And he just looked at me with disdain, like I had failed him.
Mostly knee bar.
It's a good position to knee bar in. Oh my God. But he just gave me that look, like, why? Why did I do this?
Yeah. So now we're back into the swing of Fight to Win. After it being
I'm
off
excited.
for a little while.
I missed Fight to Win.
There's going to be a lot of those cards, as well as their Subversive card.
Yeah, what is that?
Later, it's more of like an EBI style tournament kind of thing.
For some reason, I was thinking it was like a quintet. It was like a team event.
Maybe that's what it is.
Okay, yeah.
I was just thinking of something, but it's more of like a quintet kind of thing.
Because on the EBI qualifier, they had a 205. Again, the EBI qualifier, Josh and I found this, or I found it, literally as Josh was driving to my house to record the show on Monday night. Like, I just found it. I have not.
It's unlisted.
It is unlisted. Go to Reddit, and that's where I clicked it up. I don't really want to post it because there's probably a reason it's unlisted. So go on Reddit. There's
somebody got too stoned and put it under unlisted.
I wouldn't be surprised. But it was live. It's about 2 hours, I think, 13 minutes long.
They're
running 2 qualifiers. They're running like a 205 for Subversive, and they're running, I think, the 185 for Combat Jiu-Jitsu, because that's the Combat Jiu-Jitsu event. So they're running 2 qualifiers in this, apparently. They're running like a bottom bar at the bottom of it, like a news bar that said a 205 tournament winner will be the
last person on the Subversive
team? Subversive team, yeah. So I'm really excited to see what the Subversive card is. It's not for a couple weeks. It's on September 22nd.
I like how you said we were going to cover it. I'm like, bro, that's like 3
We're going to cover it when we get to it, when it comes up. But we're not going to like cover it tonight because it's weeks away.
You made it seem like it.
All right, man. I'm sorry about that. So that's Fight to Win. That is in Reno, Nevada. Watch that. It's exciting. Happy to see Fight to Win back. Took a couple weeks off. Now I get to watch him again.
Yay.
How you doing? If you enjoyed the show, please consider sharing it with your friends on Facebook or some other platform they can listen to the show. It's the best way that we grow the show, and we really appreciate it. Thank you for your time. So on to the 2018 UWW World Grappling Championships in Astana, Kazakhstan. Josh, I have absolutely no idea what this is.
Don't say Josh and I. Just say I, because I know what this is.
Josh, I have no idea what this is. You've talked about it a little bit, and I read the write-up on Flow. What is this? Explain it to me.
This is sort of like what FILA was doing for a couple of years, where they would get people to fill out rosters, like, and have almost like Olympic style. You have all the weights filled out, and you have country versus country, and figuring out who wins what.
Okay, there's a ton of entries. Looks like a lot of different countries, a bunch of different weights. So it's basically
there's like seniors and the women. Go down a little bit there. It's just a whole lot. There's an above,
There's an above 100 kilos. There's like below.
No. I mean, there's like a masters kind of division in there. They do have gi and no gi grappling. It does take place over 4 days. It's
what's the best thing that this is kind of like? It's almost like almost like an IBJJ. Okay, so it's almost like an Olympic style event for submission grappling.
Yeah, look at the weight classes.
Yeah.
62 kilos, 66 kilos, 71, 77. You know,
84, 92, 100, above 100. They have a 53 weight kilo. They have a 50
that's for women.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yep. So it's basically like Olympic style organization of
Yeah,
a
you have
submission
all
grappling
of
event.
these-
All right.
All of these countries that just pop up into it.
I'm going to ask you another stupid question.
Shoot.
Did this run last year?
Yes.
Is this an annual thing?
Yes.
Okay. Cool. I just had no idea.
So there's like 4 days worth of this stuff going on. I believe they're like 12 hours ahead.
I have absolutely no idea
12 hours ahead?
what time zone Kazakhstan is in. And I'm not good at that either because even
No,
when I
we
look
did
it
the
up
Almaty, Kazakhstan thing, remember?
for ACBJJ.
It's like 12-ish hours
I remember
ahead,
no,
something like
I remember that you figured it out and I did the math and Googled it and was still wrong. If I recall correctly.
Yeah, because you were like, it's this time. I'm like, no.
Dude, I had Googled it. I put it into a time zone converter, and I had Googled it, and Google wronged me. So
Google didn't wrong you. You didn't know how to do the math. It told you the time. You just don't know how to math.
I really want to argue about that, but if anything in my past, anyone knows me, my mathematical ability is poor to non-existent, to say the least. So I really have no leg to stand and defend myself on for this one.
You ain't got no leg. It's 6:53 in the morning currently.
So it's
a lot ahead. It's 10 hours ahead.
10 hours ahead. So yeah, this is running on Flow Grappling. There's a lot of entries. Take a look at it. We'll try to cover as much of it as we can. Depending on how
Weird
they
times.
break the standings down, we'll talk about it next week if it's an event that is organized in a way that we can talk about it. If it's just like a major event like IBJJF, it's kind of hard to talk about those. So this is happening. You want more grappling in your life? Watch this one. Anything else to add, Josh?
Mm-mm.
So on to our preview of Elite Submission League 2 in Tijuana, Mexico. And the last time I read Tijuana, it was for Troy Everett's band, It's Always Sunny in Tijuana.
Stop saying Tijuana.
How do you say it? Tijuana?
Yeah.
I went down to Tijuana.
Tijuana, Mexico.
No, Josh, Tijuana.
No.
You sound artsy with it. So
You're not sounding artsy. You sound like an idiot trying to pronounce like a Native American name, like Algonquin.
Algonquin?
It's a Wayne World's reference.
Okay, that's why.
It's Algonquin for the good land.
All right, I believe you.
Fuck you, Alice Cooper?
I love Alice Cooper.
No, you don't, because that was part of the Wayne's World thing.
Yeah, I don't like Wayne's World.
What?
Yeah, I'm not a big fan.
We're about to have a separate podcast right now.
All right,
What?
Josh.
You don't like Wayne's World?
Not really.
Why?
I just don't. The humor, like, again, when was I born? I was born in 91. The humor is just like 5 years to like 8 years, like before my time. It's just the jokes, like, it's kind of funny. I think Garth is kind of a retard. Like, it's just, can I say retard?
You just did.
Do I have to cut this out? We don't have time, honestly. I don't have time to edit this, so that stays. He just like, he's kind of like dumb and like,
He's not dumb. He's just socially awkward, and he's afraid to talk to women.
All right, so some of the jokes, like,
Boom,
I
boom,
really
wham,
appreciate the
boom,
Reebok
boom,
joke.
wham. Foxy. Boom, 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 boom. Are you talking about the pump ups?
Yeah. Who would take an advertisement like that? Like, some bits are really funny in Wayne's World 2. I just watched it and it just kind of was lost on me. I didn't really resonate with my funny bone, Josh. Like Dumb and Dumber, I'll laugh at that shit. But just like Wayne's World doesn't do it for me.
I don't know if we can continue this podcast, honestly.
I mean, we should.
No, I mean like in general. Not even today, but in general.
Like, I'll watch Wayne's World and I'll pretend for you if that does it for you, Josh.
No. Oh my God.
All right, so on to Elite Submission League 2. This is normally on a normal episode that I cut this whole thing out and you just get the preview of the event. But because it's about 9 p.m. and the episode goes up in 2.5 hours, it's not going to happen.
A gun rack. You got me. A gun rack.
Did I?
I don't even own a gun, let alone several, to accommodate a gun rack.
Is this a Wayne's World joke?
Yes.
Okay.
Fucking hate you. Ed O'Neill's in
know.
it. That has to do with jiu-jitsu. Boom.
You just bang the table.
Kevin Bacon.
I like Ed O'Neill.
He's in it.
Oh, is he?
Oh my God, you've never watched it. Don't lie to me. Anyway, Elite Submission League 2 in Tijuana, Mexico.
Tijuana.
Oh my God. It has a 4-man brown belt gi bracket, a 16-man purple belt gi bracket. The 4-man features Pete O'Neill, Renee Borquez, Fabian Bolanos, and Milan Gales. I'm assuming that's how you say that. And the 16-man purple belt bracket, the Grand Prix, not bracket, Grand Prix, features the best purple belts from Mexico, Costa Rica, and San Diego.
So, San Diego, then. You have more grapplers in San Diego at the high levels than almost any other place in the world. And you have Mexico, Costa Rica, and one of the mecca centers of jiu-jitsu for the entire world.
There are also some super fights on the card. Neville Robos versus Ruben Garcia, which is a green belt super fight.
In the gi.
Frankie Zambada versus Diego Perez, which is a kids super fight in the gi. Then you have Fernando Amado versus Toro Mendez in the gi. Fernando Codina versus Teco Quiños. That's no gi. Brian Marizzi versus Aranik Montero in the gi. Itzel Itzel. I said Itzel.
You did say Itzel. I was going to correct you, but in my head I laughed.
Bazua versus Veronica Mayorga. These are the first two female black belts in Mexico.
That's really cool. I will want to cover that tomorrow. Not tomorrow. Next week when this happens.
Schmuck. And then you
Dude,
have...
it's Monday. We never record on Monday. Unless like something really bad happened and we have to record last minute. Oh, wait. That's this episode.
And then you have Alexis Alduncan or Alducin?
Alducin.
I don't know. Versus Sergio Hernandez. That is a championship bout in the gi.
I'm not very familiar with this organization. Elite Submission League.
I'm not either.
Okay. I'm not sure if... I assume this is the first one they've had streamed on Flow. If not, it's been a long time since I've seen them come across. I'll look it up and I'll see. I'm actually really excited to see the first two female black belts in Mexico going up against each other. That's really cool. Those are always like somewhat historic geographical... Yeah, that's awesome that you have...
And supposedly jiu-jitsu is really coming up in Mexico, so that's a really cool thing.
You're getting a lot of fighters for MMA out of like South American countries, and it's really cool. You're seeing the UFC...
Like Brazil?
No, like...
I got you good,
like Central American countries, Josh. Not South American countries, Central American countries. I misspoke. I'm not so good at the geography anymore. That's one of those things I got out of high school and just click the end button on. So this also occurs this week. Looks as fun. I assume Flow will stream this live as they do. You give me nothing, man.
4 hours. 4 hours behind, more than likely, in the Mexico.
Oh, yeah, because it's Tijuana. I didn't even try that time. That was just accidental. That was accidental Juanas.
So do you say marijuana?
I do, actually.
Oh, God.
That's a joke.
God.
Josh, can you pass me that marijuana? I put like an Enya on that Enya. Like a little over the end for that one. A little.
You mean the little sideways
Enya?
Yeah.
I feel like I should be better at Spanish considering I took like 7 years of the language.
I should be better at French. I took it from 3rd grade all the way through high school.
You took 35 years of French?
3rd grade through high school.
Yeah, I assume you got kept back a couple years in there.
No,
okay.
I was never held back.
Really?
I'm extremely intelligent. I just don't apply myself.
You know you didn't say intelligent correctly, right?
Intelligent.
Okay.
Sorry. As my teachers implied frequently to my mother during parent-teacher conferences, he's a really bright kid, but God, he just does not want to do the work. I got in trouble once for sleeping.
That's like a metaphor for this podcast, Josh.
Sleeping in class and then being asked a question, answering the question correctly, and then going back to sleep.
That's a very odd superpower.
7th grade that happened.
So what are you, like 12 there? Give or take? What are you banging? What are you bumping?
Your face? I don't know. It's my foot moving. It's my chair.
Okay, cool.
You gave me the shitty chair back and you took the good chair because you realized how awesome that chair is.
I did that like 3 months ago.
I know, and I've just not said anything beforehand. I've been like, this motherfucker thinks he can get away with this shit. Yeah. One day there's going to be an opportunity.
I'll buy you a better chair eventually.
Call him out. You won't do shit. You know that. And one day I'm just going to walk in and you're going to be like, hey, and you're going to be wandering or playing video games. I'm just going to take the chair and you're going to be like, that's mine. And I'm going to go take it.
And I probably can't.
Nope. I will submit you.
Yay, repeatedly. All right. So that is Elite Submission League 2. So that pretty much does it for the show. Coming up next week, we have some cool previews for Fight to Win 86, On It Invitational 9, Men of War 3, Grapple Fest 2. Oh, Nogi Pans is coming up in New York. There's the Subspectrum event. Actually, that's 2 weeks from now.
That's 2 weeks from now.
The
as well as
adults.
Subversive and King of the Mats. Followed the following
Rise
week by
5,
Rise,
then Fight to Win 87.
EBI 17.
That's all in September.
We're getting back into the swing of things, which I'm enjoying.
It's great. We had a nice couple weeks off where it was getting burned out, is a way to put it. But there was a lot of events to watch over and over. Like, there's so much content to watch. We got 2 weeks off. Now I'm excited to go back into the grinder of like, okay, we have 5 events to cover this week. I texted Josh a picture of the two of us standing next to each other, probably like, I don't know, like 2-3 months ago, and it was why the fuck? It was us and looking. It was like basically us looking at each other, and it was why the fuck are there 6 events this week?
When we would continuously get 6 events a week for like 5 to 7 weeks in a row, it's brutal.
And you're only hearing us cover usually 4 or 3 of them, so we're having to like chop some of the smaller events that we watch them, or we just don't have time and have the energy to take all the notes for them and give you good content for those organizations. We don't really want to just like, oh, that happened. Like
this happened, like we did last week with Master Worlds. We're like, here's the results.
Well, we don't have a good way to digest like that much content. Like it's us and a couple of other guys that help us out. You know, Emil, Ryan, Matt, like that help us out with some stuff. That's the whole fucking team.
Yeah.
And then we have some other people, that help us out with some other aspects of the show. But from as far as like a watching and note taking and like informational thing, you've pretty much heard everyone that works on this show except for Matt.
Yeah, it's really interesting. I'm interested how I'm going to go forward, being is that everybody at my work has now left. All of my bosses.
I'm giving Josh big eyes here. Like, wait, what? That's new.
My bosses, my other coworker that's like a manager, and my lead line cook. They're all, as of this week, gone.
Oh,
not like because they got fired or anything. It's because they're opening up a second place.
Oh, okay.
And a central
I thought
kitchen.
everyone was like leaving and like, oh, that fuck you guys leave. I was like, oh shit, that is huge news.
No,
okay.
No. But that leaves me in charge, and they're like, "Where's all this stuff?" And I'm like, "Suck my butt." I already have 800 other things to do here while I'm doing this, and now you want all this other ridiculous stuff? It is what it is. It'll be really fun to consume all of this stuff. And they're like, "We still want you to have 2 days off." I was like, "How do you propose that I do that?" I asked my boss. I was like, "So
hire more people."
They don't want to spend money.
Man, that's how that works, though. If you want to give someone 2 days off and you can't do it currently because you have too much work, what does that happen? Either give someone less work or give them more people.
No, that's what I said, and I was like, I don't mind working. I've never minded working at all.
Yeah, you have a full-time job, and we do this show.
And I have kids, and I train.
And you have a wife and like a decent family life and stuff. Like
other things. According to my wife, I'm not around enough. She hates when I come in podcast. She hates Maine.
That's reasonable. I mean, she's mad before she knows me.
I hope she stabs you one day. She's like, taking him away from us.
I mean, I do occasionally.
Oh, no.
I try not to have those marathon, like 4-hour recording sessions. We're better at the show now.
She hates that. She's like, but that's one of her things where she's like, so I'll see you at like midnight. I'm like, it's not going to be that long of a show. And then like 10 minutes to midnight, hey, I'm on my way home. Uh-huh.
Your wife is a much more pleasant person than that, though.
She is. She is the definite better half of the relationship, which is always amusing.
I can see that.
People are like, "Oh, what did you do?" And I was like, "I don't know. Honestly, I can't tell you."
Like, how did you get her?
She's so
like, she's
nice.
Amazing and like pleasant and like funny. And then there's you. It's like I feel like you got way more pleasant once you lost the weight, though.
She is everything I am not. And I am everything she is not.
So opposites attract. Okay.
I'll put it to you this way. I bought a car. My car was fucked up. I needed to buy a car. I went to a place to buy a car. It took me 2 hours. My wife needed a new car. It took her 8.5 months to get a new car.
Jesus.
8.5 months.
So your wife's kind of like me.
She is super in detailed about everything. She freaks out every time we go anywhere because she's like, all of this stuff is still left on me. I'm like, you're doing really minor stuff. If we do the major stuff, the minor stuff's not a big deal. No. Like camping, she's like, all this stuff isn't getting packed up. We're not going to be a time. I was like, yo, chill out. It's okay. She's like, no, you do this every time. And then the kids don't want to do anything. It's great. It's really fun. I love my wife. She's awesome.
Does she love you?
Yes, as
Okay,
far as
cool.
I'm aware.
Always sunny music plays, and Josh can serve papers. All right, so that'll do it for this week in the show, Josh. Unless you got more family drama you want to talk about.
No. Work is fun.
Awesome.
Marriage problems are non-existent.
That's awesome. That's
which
good
is
to hear.
great. Marry somebody that you like a lot, that you can live with. There's another life tip from Josh. Live with that person for at least a year.
That's what Rachel and I did.
Before you get married. You're not married, though. You're still dating.
Technically, yeah.
There's no technically, yeah. You're just dating.
Yo,
There's
dog,
no
she
ring.
lives in my house.
You lived in her house.
I did, actually. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So shut up. She lives in my house. So what?
That's kind of married, man.
No, it's not.
feel
Claire lived in my house, and I lived in Claire's house.
At this point,
This was before marriage.
look, at this point, it's inconvenient to break up. So it's just like, we're married. The moment it becomes inconvenient,
I need a
you're
roommate.
basically married.
I need a roommate now.
I want company, man. She's awesome company. So marry someone you like.
Marry
and,
someone you like.
Live with someone you
them for
love.
a while. Don't get married young. Travel.
Didn't you get married at like 18?
21.
That's still fucking young.
Yeah.
All right. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
You've had an amazing relationship.
Yes.
You
but
have an
I'm-
amazing relationship.
Yes, but don't do that. Because you're also going to want to do all the cool, fun stuff that you don't get to do when you start talking about kids. Because that happens. Don't have kids young. Because
Which you did.
I did that as well. Yes, 24, first one. There you go.
Jesus, really?
Yeah, 24. No, 23.
Jesus.
23. That's right. The other one's almost 10 now. 23. So, because you won't be able to travel around and do all those other fun things, we're just now getting around to traveling. We got to go, as you heard from the other week, we went to Colorado. Awesome. If we didn't have the kids, I think it would have been more awesome.
Awesome?
Yes, more awesome. Not that I hate my children. It's just they love complaining.
Dude, that back pedal, it was a beautiful back pedal right there.
That wasn't a
not
back
that I hate
pedal.
my children, but
Any parent will tell you there are times where you hate your kids, where you're like, I wish that I could just drop you off somewhere and come back in a month and you're okay. Because kids can be annoying. Those
feel
kids
that.
were great the entire trip unless we were in the van. When we got in the van, they went and turned into complete psychopaths.
I can see it.
My
With your
younger
kids.
daughter was like, I hate Wendy's. We're driving by a Wendy's, and she's like, I hate Wendy's. I was like, you've never been to Wendy's. Their food is stupid. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that is a Josh Weinstock answer if I've ever heard one. I hate this place. Why? Their food is stupid. And if you ask for clarification, you'll just go, it's because they're stupid. And you'll look at me, and that's all you'll give me. That is a Josh. You raised that, Josh. That is that is a small reflection
Both
of
of
you.
them. They also respond the way I respond to things.
Super sarcastically and like an
Oh.
asshole.
Yes.
Oh, man.
It's bad.
Get ready.
Like my older daughter, something will happen where somebody will like get hurt. My older daughter will just go, ha! Anytime it happens.
That's a Josh response.
Anytime it happens, she just
Oh,
laughs
those
like
are your
that.
kids, man.
Or somebody will get hurt and the younger one will go, told you that would happen. Or what else? What happens?
Zero compassion from your children.
I mean, they have compassion. Or like when they do dumb stuff, they know like don't look towards me when they do dumb stuff that they caused because I'm not going to give you any sympathy. They were pushing each other because we were playing catch and trying to get to the ball, and they were shoving each other right by gravel and knocked each other down and slid. And they were like, oh, and both looked at me and I go, probably shouldn't have been shoving each other by gravel. And they were like, yeah, and they got up and started pouting towards my wife and wiping themselves off. And I was like, it's not my problem. It's like,
You raise some tough kids. That's good.
don't, there you go. Don't raise children to be like people are today, which is whiny and weak and lazy.
That's reasonable.
You can be lazy occasionally when you earned it.
You earn it. All right. So, Josh, since you have more nuggets of knowledge, oh wait, we didn't have a nuggets and Josh talks about parenting. So that
Are we missing something? Why do I feel like we're missing something?
Of course, we always are. Is ACBJJ next week or something?
No, they've been on hiatus for a while.
I don't know. I spent about an hour before you came over here and went through all the events list. If we did, I apologize. It's 9:15. We fucking missed it.
We'll cover it. And I'm going to try to go more in depth with some of these matches next week. We might pick and choose. We'll give you results, but I'm going to pick and choose and really go into detail because honestly, that episode with Emil and Ryan and you was great because you guys really got into depth about a couple of the matches. You talked about some of the things, but you got really in depth about some of them. And I feel like our listener base enjoys that a little bit more.
Yeah, it was a good episode.
If you don't.
Yeah, let us know. So, as always, I am Maine, here with my co-host,
Super Dad, Josh.
Super Dad. All right, we'll see you on the mats.
Super Husband, too. Take that. As always, you can email us at thegrapplingrewind@gmail.com. You can check us out on Stitcher, iTunes, YouTube, and pretty much anywhere you can find
Facebook.
Podcasts. We're on Facebook, Grappling Rewind.
Instagram.
Grappling Rewind.
Twitter.
Grappling Rewind.
Reach out to us on social media. If you got something that you want us to cover, you want to clarify, we are here.
You want to tell us we're idiots. Hey, let us know.
You want us to pronounce your name correctly?
Let us know. Subscribe on the YouTube page. Leave us a review.
Helps us out a lot.
It helps us out. And, it eventually will help you out. We like to give back. We're doing this as something that isn't done. So help us help you. Again, as always, I'm Josh.
I'm Maine.
And this is the Grappling Rewind podcast.
We'll see you on the mats.